Hi everyone, today I am going to be showing you how I made my binder inserts for my Ready or Not postcards. I know these postcards are a really awkward size, which has made them very difficult to store in photocard binders, so I had this idea and I wanted to share it with any of you Marys who are trying to figure out what to do with these, because I know at first I was looking at it, I'm like, where do I put this? What do I do? So to do this, all you're going to need are some 8.5 by 11 inch sized cardstock paper in whatever color or colors you like, an X-Acto knife, a ruler, and somewhere that you can cut these. Now, I know most of you watching my videos are 13 and up, but in case any of you aren't, or if you just don't feel comfortable using an X-Acto knife, you can ask an adult to help you with this part of the project if you would feel better doing that. So yeah, I guess let's just jump right in. I've already started by using one of these cards for reference to mark on the cardstock how big the postcard is. Then I trace an outline a little bit smaller than that, and I also make reference of where I want to put the slits in the paper for the corners of the postcard. So the way that this works is you're essentially cutting out the back, so that way you can still see the message on the back, but also store the cards in front, and this will make it fit into a one pocket binder sleeve. So these slits help for reference so you don't make the box too big, because if you make it too big then you can't slit the corners in and then it won't hold it and then it doesn't end up working. So once I get that traced, I will go in with the X-Acto knife and cut out the box. So if you aren't comfortable with the X-Acto knife, this is where you would hand this project off to someone else. And what you do while you're here cutting out the box, make sure you don't cut out the reference lines you made, because again that'll make it too big and then this won't work. And when you have the box cut out, you can then cut on the slits that you made in the four corners with your pencil. And this is when you're actually, at this point, you're done. So if you've done everything right, you should be able to slide your corners into it, and you should be able to see your message on one side and have the picture on the other side. Now, if this didn't work completely, if it's too small, you can always go back and cut out a little bit more if you need, or if one of your slits wasn't in the right place, you can just cut another one where you think you would need it and then put it in again. I've done this a couple times and you'll see throughout this I make a few mistakes with that, but making an extra slit, it's not too bad, and honestly you can just cover it with a sticker or washi tape, so it's not a huge deal if you don't get that right the first time. So here what you're going to be doing is I'm just kind of lining up my postcard to the back so that way I'm able to actually see what I'm doing, and I can see that the back does fit, that I don't have to make it any bigger. And I'm also lining up my corners so that when I cut it, it's at the correct angle, because as you'll see, the boxes don't always come out even, or at least I didn't measure them well enough to make them come out even, and there's a little bit of that. So I'm making sure when I cut the slits that I'm lining it up actually to the back more so than the front, because that's the part that I need to make sure is lined up so I can see out of it. And I'm taking the sound out of it. I'm not going to use it because I'm going to talk over it to explain it, because it's too hard to explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. There's this. So I just want to show what I'm doing with these.
Thousands of subscribers will see this and then they'll get the idea, hey, I could do that.
I don't got thousands yet, I've got hundreds. I just reached 400 today.
Oh, really?
Well, not today, but like I'm doing this special for it. Hey, look at that! That didn't turn out half bad. Look at that.
Cool. You're getting good at it.
Yeah. Once I learned to not put the ruler on the off side.
Well, the other thing too, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and you kind of get more comfortable.
Well, the thing I figured out when I did this one was to keep the ruler on the outside, so if it goes off the side, it doesn't go outward and ruin it. It goes inward, and so.
I'm freeing up something here for you pretty soon.
Yeah. After figuring that out, I pretty much figured this is good. Okay, so I really just wanted to share that moment with you guys because I thought it was a really sweet moment with my dad. I did check with him to make sure that he was okay with me including that clip and posting it, and he was. So that was my dad. Internet, please be nice to him. So for the rest of this video, I am just going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A. I asked you guys over on Instagram, MaryMixer14. If you guys are not following me, you should. And I asked you guys over there to send me some questions, and I did get a few. So I'm going to be answering those, and I did throw in a few myself because I didn't think I got enough to fill the whole 16 and a half minutes that I have left. So we will see how long those take for me to get through, and we will go from there. If there are too many, I will be doing the ones that you guys actually asked first, so that way you guys have, you're going to get answers to the questions that you actually wanted. And if there is more time, I will go get some more questions because I did want to still include the rest of these clips for those of you who are visual learners or just wanted to see some more examples of how to do this, because I know not everyone learns the same. Plus, it can be nice to just have on in the background while you get set up and make your own. So we will see how this goes. And yeah, so let's get into the first question. The first question that I got is, what is your favorite Momoland era? And this is actually a really difficult one for me. So my favorites are Freeze, Bam, and I'm So Hot. And it's just so hard to choose because I don't know. It's hard to choose because there's different elements of each one that I like. Because, like, obviously, I love all of them, and, like, everything about each one. But I feel like I'm So Hot, I just really, really loved the song. This aesthetic was okay, I liked it. But Bam, I just loved the colors, I loved the concept. I think that was just so beautiful. And Freeze, I feel like just overall, like, you had some of Yeonwoo rapping, you had all the members. It was a cute concept, it's a good song. It's a bit of a more neutral song, like, you can dance to it, but you can also just have it on in the background. It's just a very versatile song, and also the album for Freeze, in my opinion, is their best, like, physical album. You had the most photos, most photo shoots. Overall, Freeze, I think, was their best overall album. So I, I guess, I don't know. Overall, all components together, I feel like it has to go to Freeze, but I really like the visuals for Bam, and I really like I'm So Hot as a song. Although I wish I'm So Hot Yeonwoo's rapping was incorporated in that, but at least on that album, on Show Me, Light Up was on there. So it's not a straight clear cut answer for me where I'm like, oh, this era for sure. It's kind of a mixture, which I guess is a good thing because it means they have a lot of good eras. So the second question that I got is, what is your favorite Momoland song? And I did kind of already talk about it, that Light Up is probably my favorite B-side. It's not as much a dance song, it's more of, which normally is what I'll go for. I love heavy hitting, like, fast paced dance songs, and I love a good rap. Like, that is my, like, what I love in a song. But Light Up just does it. I love Yeonwoo's rapping. It's a nice chill song you can, like, have on in the car, just have on in the background. It's like a good song. It still has a little bit of, like, it doesn't go hard, but it goes okay. Like, it doesn't, like, for what it is, it's, I mean, it's a B-side, so B-sides normally aren't hard hitting songs anyways, but for a B-side, it does go quite a bit. And again, Yeonwoo's rapping, obviously. And I just feel like everyone really kind of got a chance to shine in that song. Nancy wasn't overused, Jui wasn't overused, and just overall, that is one I really, really like. Bam is another song that I really like. Bam and I'm So Hot, I always find myself going back to just because they're fun dance songs. And believe it or not, Jungkook Kwang is, I don't even know if I said that right, but I really like that. That one and Welcome to Momoland are like good. I feel like that whole era is very underrated, but their debut like album and songs were pretty good. So again, not a clear cut answer, but it's the only one that I have. So the third question: what is your dream Momoland concept? And honestly, I just want to see them do something we haven't done, that we haven't seen them do before. I know that Momoland has like an image, they have a thing where it's the cute but sexy combined. But honestly, I'd love to see them do something maybe a little bit darker, a little bit more rap heavy, because they have a lot of members that can rap. Even though they lost their two people with actual rapping positions, Hibin can rap, Nayeon can rap, Julie obviously can rap, even though they push her way more than they push her as if she's the only one, and it's like no, both Hibin and Nayeon have rapping positions. So I would love for them to do something more rap heavy instead of just like the one, because they have a lot of rappers in the group, and I feel like their voices would just stand out more, and they'd get a better chance to shine if they had a song that was more rap focused. Like in Ready or Not, Nancy's part was like almost kind of a rap at the beginning, and I'm like, what? Why does Nancy have that part? Nancy's a vocalist. What are you doing? Like she did it well, but it's just it doesn't make sense why, you know? It's weird. And I really wish they would like understand what kind of a group they had and who they have, because they misuse their positions so much. I want to see them do something maybe a little bit darker of a concept, a more rap heavy song, and I want to see more intense choreography from them, especially at least for Jane, because I know that they can do it. And I think Jane at least should have some sort of like a dance break or something, because she does so well. And I know Naya, it's hard because she has the vertigo, but if you can make it something that she is capable of doing, or like give her a part where she's maybe doing something else, or just cater it to her, like they could do really awesome stuff. And I don't know, I want them, I wish they did more stuff where everyone got a chance to shine, and it wasn't just Julie and Nancy being pushed to the forefront. Like there's four other members in this group. Like I never gets vocal parts, and Jane never gets to be in the center and to dance, and Hibin and Naya never get to rap. So I wish that's, it's not so much like a concept so much as it is just overall just them MLD utilizing the group that they have. But obviously we all know that's asking for a lot from this company. So I digress. Question number 4 is, what are you studying in college? And I am actually a business major. I started college in 2018, so I've been doing it for 3 years. I currently have 2 associate degrees, one in business administration and one associates in arts, which is kind of like that. It's the associates that's not like in anything, it's just essentially you have an associate's, and normally it's people use it as like a building block to the next degree. When people hear associate in arts, they think it's like an art degree, but it's really not. It's just, well, it's like a subcategory. It's not like art. The same way like fine arts doesn't just mean art, it also means music and drama, and it's a subcategory. There's like associates in like arts and science. The business degree is actually an associates in science, I'm pretty sure. So it's just that category there. So I'm currently in my senior year of college, and at the end of this year I will, or at least I should have, my bachelor's in supervision and management. So one more year, guys, and then I'm done, which I am extremely excited about. Now, this next question, this is not one of the ones I threw in. This is one that somebody actually asked me. I don't know what their intentions were with asking me this, if they were just curious or if they were trying to imply something. And I didn't know if I should even take this question seriously or not, but I'm like, you know what? Screw it. They asked it. I'll put them on blast a little bit. The question is, do you have a boyfriend? The answer is yes, I do. I believe I mentioned it in like one or two videos a while back, but it's not like I talk about it all the time because it's not really super relevant. Um, but yes, I do. We've been together for about 3 years now, and fun fact, when I started this channel, I actually sent most of my like K-pop goods to his house for the first like month or two because I didn't know how my parents would react. I didn't know what they would think, and I didn't want them like finding out, or like I had this like weird fear that they would like throw away the packages. And what I ended up doing was I just made a space by my like boombox and just started stacking the albums, and that was essentially how I told my parents, was I just left them out and they just saw them. So I actually sent them most of like my Momoland albums, my first couple Blackpink albums. I sent them to his house and got them from him. And actually, like the albums where I had already opened them and just showed them on camera, I actually opened them when I was with him, and it was kind of a special thing. So yes, I do, and he actually kind of helped with the starting of this channel in that way. So that's kind of cool. But also want to clarify, obviously, my parents would never have thrown them away, and they're accepting of my love of K-pop, and they're accepting and very supportive of my YouTube channel, and they think it's awesome. Obviously, you just saw my dad talking about it, so I'm really lucky. I've got a good group of people around me who support what I do and support what I'm doing. So, to answer that question, yes. Now, the next one I have here is, who is your Momoland bias? And my Momoland bias is actually Yeonwoo. I know, sad tears. And my bias wrecker is Nayeon. However, since Momoland became OT6, Jane and Ian have kind of become my bias wreckers. Obviously, Nayeon became my bias. So Jane and Ian have kind of become my bias wreckers because I've always had kind of an eye on them. So, but yeah, I still consider Yeonwoo my bias because I still consider Momoland to be OT9, even though they're currently only promoting with 6 members. It's like they'll always be and have been part of Momoland, you know? Like, I don't consider, as much as MLD is trying to erase and overwrite the work that they've done, like, I still consider them, acknowledge them, and value them as members of Momoland. And last question I have here is, what groups do you collect? I collect Momoland, all albums, OT9 inclusions, and some special event cards. I collect ITZY, all albums, and I want to collect the all OT5 album inclusions, but I haven't gotten that far into it. I've mostly just focused on collecting like limited stuff, so like all the pre-order things, the limited edition cards, that sort of stuff I've like gone and make sure I collected, but actual like album inclusions I've not really gotten that. I haven't really started on that. I've just kind of kept what I've pulled. I do collect Blackpink albums and Twice albums, and as of right now, that's really kind of it. I do have light sticks for those. At least I want to get light sticks. I've got ITZY's light ring case, haven't gotten their light ring, and I need to get Twice's light sticks, but I have Momoland and Blackpink's light sticks. So, as of right now, if I want an album for Miscellaneous Group, I don't say, oh, I won't get it, it's not part of my collection. Like, I'll get it, but that's all that I've really, like, committed to. I don't know, photo card wise, what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I want to collect Blackpink or Twice, and for Twice, what I would collect, because obviously, Twice photo cards are a commitment, especially this late in the game, so I don't know what I would collect. So that's a whole challenge for another day. But as of right now, that's what I collect and where I'm at. My Momoland collection is complete as of right now. The only things I'll need are future comebacks. So that is my current collection-esque overview. Alright, that is all of the questions. I actually had the perfect amount of questions, which worked perfectly. So again, thank you guys so much for submitting questions, and thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this was informative and helpful. those of you guys who are trying to figure out a way to store these photo cards. I know it's kind of simple, but at the same time, it can be hard to come up with new ways to store stuff like this. So I'm glad that this kind of way exists and is showing, and that I'm able to share it with you guys. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Let me know if you like videos like this with voiceover stuff. Now that I've learned how to do it, I can definitely do more. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye!